Okay, so if you're a growth operator or you are a digital creator yourself, Instagram subscription is definitely a field that you guys want to look at. And if you guys are unsure what Instagram subscription is, it basically looks like this. You guys have probably seen this before with another artist. Below their bio, as you guys can see, there is a subscribe feature. And what that essentially does is you basically land towards this specific page where you will get specific features or specific access that the creators will offer, and you monthly subscribe, meaning that you will pay a monthly fee, and that is obviously set by the creator. As you can see, this specific creator house plan has a monthly subscription of $20, and there are specific features that the person will access to that include subscribers badge, exclusive content, subscriber social channel, subscribers broadcast channel, and many other more. Now if you guys are interested in Instagram subscription, in this specific video I'll basically break down very simply what it is that Instagram subscription offers and whether or not you're eligible to, and actually the entire workflow of what I apply so that I use for my personal Instagram subscription that you guys can use for yourself, or if not, for your clients as a growth operator. So coming to the Instagram official side, as you guys can see, there are benefits of Instagram subscription, which include the features of lives, subscriber stories, subscriber badges, subscriber posts, reels, social channels, and broadcast channels. So essentially, it is nothing more. It is the exact same features as if you do not have subscription, but you provide exclusivity towards the audience. And I believe that is the main vocal point, providing that special exclusivity to a specific group of fans who are, I would say, extra interested in you. So again, it is basically the exact same features as we have on any other Instagram account that includes live stories, posts, reels, but some exclusive and some special add-ons, which you guys will see in just a second now. So every single subscriber, you will be viewed as a purple, or will be attached. So right next to their name, there will be that purple emoji, as you guys can see, with a crown ass looking symbol, and that will be displayed next to every single subscriber so that you as a creator can differentiate every single, let's say, follower to the subscribers. Now, in order for you to become a creator that allows subscription, there are a few criteria which is not very specific, which is not very restrictive, which will allow you to become, or at least be eligible to have a subscription feature. Now, here are the eligibilities. Goodness, sometimes I got dyslexia. Anyways, so in order for you to allow these features as a creator, you need to obviously meet the partner monetization policies. Now I'm not going to go through over that because that is quite straightforward. I mean, as a free account, as a normal creator, you guys will probably be aware of these policies. Basically, don't post content that is haram, or that might violate some of their guidelines. You need to be compliant with the guidelines as mentioned before, and content monetization policies. I believe that specifically within the monetization policies, there are specific areas which you are not allowed to hard sell too much. Like, for example, you're not allowed to sell something like too obvious, and that also includes like selling specific, I don't know, products from other creators. Like, you guys should check this out. I don't want to do that extensive research for you guys, but content monetization policies is also important because you guys can realize what you are allowed to directly, or in other words, indirectly sell towards your audience. You need to have a professional account on Instagram with at least 10,000 followers. Now, this is probably I would say the decision maker, because I see a lot of creators that have good engagement don't have a lot of 10,000 followers. Please do not go out there and buy fake followers just for the sake of having that Instagram subscription, because one, you might violate the community guidelines if they realize, and number two, it just doesn't look so good on your account if you suddenly have 10,000 followers, like if you suddenly jump from 5 to 10,000. So you need to be 18 years or older. That is quite self-evident, and you need to agree to the Instagram subscription terms of use. That is probably for all the legal measures. Now next, and now this is something I realized, which is obviously not available in every single single country. So this depends in what country you are in. I'm currently in Malaysia, so as you guys can see, where is Malaysia. As you guys can see, Malaysia allows the Instagram subscription. I don't know if you guys are India. I heard in India is allowed. Countries like what's not on the list, perhaps Korea, for example. I believe in Korea this is not allowed. So you guys, depending on your country, you should check specifically where you guys are and whether your country allows it, basically. So that is basically everything about Instagram subscription. And now let me literally dive straight into the workflow, and this is probably the most interesting part of the video, because I'm basically gonna break down my entire funnel, my entire structure of what I use for my Instagram subscription. And this is literally based on research and tools that I couldn't find online. But basically what I did was I accumulated a few sources and, you know, found some patterns, for example, some similarities of how they applied a similar structure within other paid subscription accounts or platforms such as Twitch or Patreon, and I kind of basically transferred some of these systems into Instagram subscription. Gosh, dyslexic. Anyways, I gotta be quick. So what I was gonna say, my chain of thought. Throughout my entire videos, I emphasize the importance of having systems and emphasizing on how important it is to structure, you know, your business in a way that the processes are quite automated. So hence why I'm amplifying the point previously about having systems and why I'm transferring, for example, other patterns and structures from other systems. Because the Instagram subscription is also quite new, I couldn't find a lot of resources out there online that will, you know, help me leverage my knowledge on Instagram subscription specifically. So a lot of this again is transferred knowledge. Apply this as you will, and obviously modify this based on your personal feeling and based on your personal feeling, I guess. Let's just leave it at feeling. So I emphasize on one of my videos the importance of having a poll, so having like a Q&A with your audience, or finding out specifically what type of audience your followers basically are. And now I've found that out by doing a basic Q&A, by finding out what they really wanted. And obviously based on this poll, as you guys can see, they are literally interested in losing weight. And yeah, so out of all the other topics, that is the topic that they have been most interested in. So the flow looks like the following. So this is the average Joe, or let's call this average Aiman. So the average Aiman, because it's specifically Malaysia, the average Aiman gets attracted by M. Now MSP, by the way, MSP is the fundamental structure that I apply as a growth operator. Do check out that video. I'll leave a link below, and where I basically describe the entire framework, because this is super important for you guys to understand. But M for Instagram subscription is basically Reels, post, stories, highlights, and DMs. So it's basically all the traffic and all the areas where the traffic basically lands and where they have a potential to interact. So as you guys can see, it's Reels, the feed posts, the stories, highlights, and perhaps DMs. And from there, the sales mechanism, is that the right term? Yeah, the sales mechanism is basically how should I use it, is automated using ManyChat. And ManyChat is basically a software that, you know, you guys have probably seen this, where specific creators say, oh, DM how to get a free copy, or DM next, DM money, DM money, DM moon, or DM I don't know, business, for example. So the point is, I use ManyChat as a software optimization for the traffic, for the software to basically categorize the traffic that ends up at M, and for it to automatically sell. And I believe selling is one of the hardest part, especially as a growth operator, or specifically outreach is one of the most hardest areas when it comes to that specific niche. But because Instagram subscription is quite on the surface when it comes to the entire funnel, I just use ManyChat automation to basically do the entire selling, and it works quite well. And how I do that specifically, again, I made another video for that, but I basically offer them a free value, so a free PDF, free document, and from there they basically get bought into, metaphorically speaking, into that subscription. So what happens once they are subscribed? There are two areas, and why I made two areas specifically is because this depends on the stage of where you are currently. Now, I am not the biggest creator out there, and I'm currently at the beginning stages of literally launching my Instagram subscription. So I'm focused on the more simple option. And now, specifically within the simple option, there are three areas which I focus on. So in terms of the feed, so this is, again guys, just for the subscribers. So once you subscribe, this is only what the subscribers see. So in terms of feed, the importance here is to talk about the info topic and to be as specific as possible. You guys don't want to, give general stuff out there. You guys want to give specific gems for your content creators, because always realize that they are paying you monthly. So they literally, one, appreciate you for who you are, and two, they acknowledge the stuff you say. So if you guys go out there, talk about gibberish or random stuff, like, one, you lose validity, and two, like, it just doesn't look good on you. So within my feed, I specifically, gosh, there's a lot of noise happening. I specifically talk about tutorials about various topics, business, weight loss, etc., as I mentioned before. Specific stuff, tutorials, and I make sure that it's specialized towards that audience. So I have to, again, find out what the audience is, as I did earlier with the poll, where Ayman is basically the mediocre audience, and there I provide him that amazing feed. Now, for my story, this is something which I realized that YouTubers do quite well. Oh, sorry, Twitch streamers do this quite well. It's sometimes, or I see very often, depending on the Twitch streamer, they one, shout out the person, and number two, they talk about your subscribers. So for example, if you were on Instagram subscription, on your story you could be like, at, and then you can add one of your subscribers. So you can mention one of your subscribers and be like, oh, I just talked to that one subscriber and we talked about, I don't know, gender politics, and he had an interesting viewpoint. Like, create a story where you talk about your conversation about him, if that makes sense. So you literally mention them and you kind of give them the credit as well, and so that, as a subscriber, makes them feel more special, and it also feels amazing because you're literally sharing value, what your subscriber basically explained to you. Now, this is a bonus. I've not seen if there are creators out there who offer that special sauce, and I'm giving you guys this for free. So so this is something that I have no idea where I got this from, to be honest, but I experimented with this and it works so well. So I'm gonna show you guys literally an example right now, but mention them into your reel. Now, I don't mean the subscriber reel, so I don't mean a reel for the subscribers only. If you guys as a creator post reels towards the general audience, mention them in your general reel. Now, how that works specifically, let me just show you guys an example. I hope you guys can see this.
When I wake up every day.
Okay, you see this feature rr.syaf. So as you guys can see, he is one of the subscribers. Or it's probably because I'm not logged in. So as you guys can see, he literally said thank you, and on DM he was very very kind, and at first he was a bit confused why I did it, but then he was like, oh my god, thank you for featuring me and mentioning me. But if I'm logged in, you guys will probably see that purple icon I was talking about earlier. You'll see it next to his name. But yeah, so that is my literally secret sauce, like mentoring literally his name within the video, and obviously tagging him as well. That just makes him feel like so special. Again, I don't know where I got this from, but it really works. So it's something that you guys can try out. So that is basically all when it comes to the simple subscription. Obviously there's more to it, but that is what I have my engines focused on, and this is what I'm gonna stick to for a while. And yeah, I'll probably see you guys in the next video.